Hey guys, what's up? Alright. It's Double Deuce back. Today, we're working on the little Aussie V8 and a couple other projects that I had got out here. I've been trying to clean up the radio out of control mess. My son's getting married in November, so I'm going to have guests over, so I need room, if you know what I mean. That's not a big deal. So, plus, it needed a good cleaning in here anyway. It was really kind of a mess. So, we're going to get on this today. I got a tip for people who buy one of these, okay? Make sure the cork that you buy for your gasket is thick, real thick. Like maybe 1/8 inch at least. What I did was I bought the 1/16 inch cork. Figured I'd make a nice little, gasket here. And the problem was, these are my rods, because there wasn't enough room for the oil pan lip. So what I did was you can see I kind of shaved them out a little bit there, and I am going to put a thicker gasket in there. So I contacted Gary, and he was wicked cool. He sent me another crank and a set of rods, which I'm grateful for. I put it together, and I noticed it was clicking again, and so I shut it right down, tore it back apart. That's when I realized the gasket thickness was not proper. You know what I mean? So when you look at it, that little gasket I got right there, it's about 1/16 of an inch thick. It's just not big enough. This thing has to set down further to give those rods some room. And if you buy one of these that don't have the cylinders in it and the crank installed, and you put the cylinders in yourself, make sure when you look down inside here, and I'll get a close-up on this right now, when you look inside the cylinders in here, you'll see, there we go, get some light in there. Check your rods and make sure that they're not hitting or too close there, because what had happened was my rod, the bolt, started hitting the pan, and when it was hitting the pan, I'll try to give you guys a little look inside there. See right there where it was just hitting the pan? Because what was happening was every time it hit the pan, it would unscrew the bolt. And then the bolt came out, and it was all catastrophic failure from there. So, but I learned, and I'm rolling on. So, other than that, I got everything set up the way I like it. The supercharger, I had the carbs dialed in. Everything was like cool. So these are the things I guess you run into, when you're throwing stuff together piece by piece. I was looking in his directions there again, and these are probably all pretty similar, one by one, and so once I get that figured out, got the rods and stuff in the bag here, and get this all cleaned up, and I'll get it back together. I didn't put a video up last week because it's just crazy stuff going on, and it was a little busy over the last week or two there. This is my time of year to, I got tons of cars. I got to get them all cleaned up and running, and now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I got my days up and down. Some days I do, what I can. Other days I do too much, and then I suffer for it. But on the most part, everything seems to be cool. But so I did contact Mona from Sterling Kit, and she asked me to send the motor back. I did. Now here's what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm getting some updates from people saying that they're going to send, back with I think bigger bearings and a new block, new crank. I don't know exactly what it's going to be when it comes back, but as soon as I get it, you'll know. So I want to like kind of dissect it and see exactly what they did, and I got an update on the NR200s. They were supposed to be. Their goal was to be ship them out around September 15th. That didn't happen, so they're way behind on that. Lucas from Engine DIY, he had said that around the 10th of October, I believe, because they want to test them, and which I think is pretty cool. So throw them together, test them, and probably dial them in somewhat, and then they'll be shipping them out for you guys who wanted one. So now this is my project. I was going to put the NR200 in. This is a Trail Finder 2 with a T-Max, or not T-Max, but a Traxxas Revo 3.3 gear case in it. And you guys have probably seen this when I had my FS 100 in here, and I had the camo body on this thing. So it was like a, late 70s, Blazer, and so it's either that or I'm going to put it in this over here. I'm not sure yet. This one here, I got Vanquish axles and all. This is a crazy expensive build over here. If you look to see the, you can check out the Vanquish axles on the thing there. They're big bucks, and they're basically for the XCS X10, and but I converted them to a 4-link and put them in my my Trail Finder 2, and then I threw some big meats on it. These are actually T-Max tires on super wide rims, to give it that monster truck look, and it's pretty stable. Pretty cool. Got a lot of articulation. I did have the Vanquish wheels on it and stuff, and they're too tall, too thin, because they were for the Wraith. And if you guys remember all them tall, custom, thin crawler wheels they were coming out with, about what, 8 years ago or whatever, or 10 years ago when the game come out here. So that's what I've been doing on that. Like I say, sorry I didn't get a video up last week. Just like I say, just too many crazy things going on. I did drive my 80 Z28 today, and I got it from 2nd gear to 4th gear. So every time I went to drive the thing, it's kind of almost legal. And I take it down the road, and I'd hit 2nd gear, and all of a sudden there'd be a popo. So I whip around, go back home, Today I took it out, went bang through the gears in the thing, and it rides like a brand new 80 Z28, just like the day I drove it home. I was really impressed with it. And I had to get my truck dash fixed on that, and because the gauges do what they want to do, wherever they want to be, and so I soldered stepper motors in it, and got that taken care of. So now I can kind of get the house redded up, ready for the wedding, and then I'll be back to some builds, and hopefully by that time some stuff will start showing up, and we'll get some entertainment going on here, other than some drama. So one thing I did want to bring up, I am going to put a link in the bottom of the video. Mona and I think her Kara was her name, and I don't know if Lucas hit me up with it or not. Maybe he did. Toyan has another survey. Toyan Engine. They're looking for our feedback on, their products, basically. So, get on there and, hit the link, go there, fill it out, just send it back to them. you know, because, you know, they don't know, you know, how we feel or what our opinion is until we let them know, you know. Just seeing everything online, there's no way they could possibly go through YouTube or the internet and blow through every video. And if they had to translate it, stuff like that. This way here, it's a Google, you know, survey, bang it right out, send it back to them, goes right directly to them, and they see it right away. So, you know, when you're ready to rock on that. And oh, let me think what else. There was something else I was talking. Oh yeah, the new V400 is water cooled. If you guys had seen that, same price, and it has some upgrades. So it's water cooled, and it actually has a brushless starter motor underneath the intake manifold and a bigger carburetor. So now that, to me, that's pretty cool, you know, because I was going to do all that stuff anyway, to be honest with you, because I was going to pop the heads off and just take a milling machine, because it looks like all they did was go around the outer perimeter and then drilled some holes in the front and the back of the block so water can come through it. You'll still have to come up with some kind of a pump, because there's no water pump on the thing that I seen. Like the L400 has a water pump on it, the NR200 has a water pump on it. And an interesting note on the NR200, when I was looking at some of the videos they had posted, it's a conventional water pump. There's a big cavity, and it looks like it has like a vane, you know, impeller in there running, where the L400 has two small gears running on it. And so it's interesting, you know, I'd be interested to see that, how it looks like it pumps some mad water there. When you're looking at the video, it's shooting it right out. So, but anyway, like I say, I want to, you know, let everybody know I'm out there. If you guys have checked out Steve there from RC Tanks and Trucks, he's been banging out some cool vids there with some new stuff. He had that Chevrolet truck that was pretty cool. The G-Made, those are nice. He put the Fusion crawler brushless kit in it. Those are really nice. I don't have one yet, but, you know, down the road I'll probably get one. As soon as I get away from the nitro for a little bit and winter sets in here and I can't run the nitro stuff, I'll be back into some electric stuff. Another thing I'm going to do is the HGP 407 transmissions. One of my next videos is going to be a teardown of that transmission and a put together. So I can show you guys how I do it. And you know, I'm hearing some things like there's a lot of wear going on with the aluminum shifting rods and all that stuff. And I don't know, I have a couple of my transmissions, some of the earlier ones I've not had any problems with at all. And I'm running like a 9-turn brushless with 11.1 volt, you know, battery power to them. One of my later builds that I had bought a brand new gearbox online, and you know, never installed in nothing, and that thing is a piece of garbage. It just, I mean, it doesn't shift, it sticks, and so I'm going to pull that apart, and I'm going to compare the two, I guess, to see, well, that one I'll probably tear down to see why it ain't shifting, because a lot of them are shipped dry, and you know, they don't put grease in them anymore. And I don't know the Tamiya, the white Tamiya grease, that's a good grease. But I used to use this HHS 2000 from Worth. You know, this stuff here, you spray it in, and it goes in like a thin liquid and turns into a grease. The only bad stuff with that is, you know, when you're trying to service something, it's a sticky mess afterwards. I mean, you know, you got to kind of like flush it out, where grease you can wipe it off with a rag, and well, that over time will get heavy, you know what I mean? So what I used to do, I found out with my bruisers and all that stuff, because I used to use that years ago in my bruisers, and I would have to go in there with some WD-40 and hose in those little inspection holes on the gearboxes. So that would be one of my next upcoming videos, and so hope everybody's okay out there, and you guys like, share, subscribe if you want, and I hope you have a great week. So I'll catch you later, man. Bye.